Hello, everybody. Well, I did it again. Fell down another rabbit hole. You've been following me down that hole a little bit, just watching my videos. But yeah, I started collecting Isham knife designs. I got one more to show you today. Just backtracking back through this journey. This is the Eon from BRS Knives. I got that at Blade Show this year in Atlanta. There's a whole story on it if you want to hear it, but it was quite an adventure getting this knife home, and just buying the knife was very cool. I mean, the whole thing, but I almost lost it. It was just anyway. It's something that I will always remember. Very cool knife. Now this one is interesting because it has a integral. It's an integral handle, and it's got some typical Isham design on the blade, and it has a hole in it, but this hole is more for looks, because try as I might, I can't do anything to get this one to come out. So it's really a flipper only, but it's beautiful to look at. Very nice. I like the anodizing on the knife. It's very cool. This is the second one that I bought. This is the Megatherium, and this is a Kizer. So Isham, he had his knives made by a lot of different companies, and I'm really kind of just starting to get into it a little bit more. But bigger knife. I like the bigger knife, so this one really drew me once I started looking at the Isham designs. This is the one that I saw next, and I managed to get a hold of one. Good carbon fiber titanium kind of thing. Again, we're talking about this is like a subframe lock, whereas this one's just a regular frame lock. But everything works good. I mean, and it is comfortable in hand, like I've mentioned in my other videos. The Isham designs are a little wild looking, maybe, for some people, but they definitely fit well in the hand. Now, I got a comment on one of my videos. I can't remember which one. Maybe it was this one, or well, maybe it was the one for this one. But someone was saying that there was a Civivi that looked a lot like this Eon, and so I started looking. Of course, that's all it took. And they do have, Civivi has a couple of Isham designs actually that you can still get. Maybe some that are discontinued or whatnot. But I saw this one, and decided that that would be the next one. So Civivi, this is the packaging for the Civivi. When it came, it didn't have a box or anything. They just have it in their nice pouch. This is a very nice zipper pouch, though. Pretty typical Civivi type stuff in the paperwork. Just this is the basics. Not like that Trevisa one I showed last time. Anyway. So yeah, but it does talk about maintenance, warranty, all those kind of things. Yeah. So this one, the name of this knife, well, we got the Eon and the Megatherium. So they're all very unusual kind of names, and seems like they're coming out of old stories of Norse gods or Greek gods or something like that. Anyway, this is the Plethos, and I guess maybe I should have looked up a little bit more about what the name means. Maybe somebody can throw it in the comments. Freedom Frog. Maybe he knows, because he's the guy that always talked to me about the Isham designs. Oh wow, look at that! Didn't really notice this. I think that must be Elija Isham little symbol there. If you can see it. Kind of got the glasses and the mustache. It kind of reminds me of Elijah. So anyway, this one, as you can see, is related in design to the Eon. This is Civivi. This one's from BRS. So similar. Got the little cutout up there. But this one is Civivi, so it's got the thin blade stock with that distal taper, This one does taper, but it's more of because of the swedge. So it does taper a little bit when you get down to this area, but most of it is pretty thick. And there's a swedge on there that kind of gives it a little bit more of a thinness as it comes forward. Obviously, when you get to the tip, you got to have it, that beveling down to that sharp tip. But this one here is more of that, just a continual bevel all the way down. So it's a thinner blade and very slicey, tall, flat all the way. And it's got that handle design where it locks you in. You get your index finger behind that little spot there. But this one also, it's a little bit smaller in the handle. You can see here, a little bit smaller. So I was feeling it going, man, that's a little bit small. But then look here, it's got that little finger choil area. You get that also with the Megatherium, but you don't really need it as much with that one. But when you have a handle that's a little bit like that pinky's feeling like it's falling off and it's going, hey man, I can't get a hold of this thing. It's nice to have that little choke up spot, and now all of a sudden that pinky's solid on that handle. So you got a good control of the blade, very nice. I like the grind lines on this. So it's flat all the way down. So very nice. Very nice. Now this one's a liner lock, so I don't have a problem with that. It's got the pocket clip that can go to both sides. Typical Civivi kind of stamp pocket clip, but it works. It's got a good retention. And yeah, very cool. But one thing about this one, now the cutout's still not ideal for flicking. And I may have trouble when it comes to doing it under the camera. And even this this flipper tab, it's kind of cool that it doesn't stick out. And part of the reason why it's cool that it doesn't stick out is not only is it not going to stick on your pocket, but also when you open it, you don't see it. So that gives you that flat area that you want to have for your choil. So that's part. I'm sure that's part of the design of it. But then it's kind of a little bit harder. You definitely can't push button it because you can push it all day, and you're basically holding it closed by pushing it. But with the light switch, you can get it out there. Now this one does have a lighter detent. I've noticed that. And maybe it's just going to work in with time since it's a new knife. This one is on bearings. So it's not quite as smooth. I haven't taken it apart yet, so I'll probably clean it up and see if I can make it a little bit smoother. But anyway, like I was saying, and if I can get it, you get your finger in there. Because it's got a lighter detent, I can actually do that middle finger spider flick. The Spidey flick. It's not the you're gonna miss it a lot of times. Maybe once I clean it up, it'll be a bit better. Or if I get a little wrist into it, I can do it. But boy, this one here, that's not happening. Part of that is because this thing's got a good detent. I mean, it doesn't really fail when I flip. This one's the flipper tab is a little bit easier to access, which is good, because I think that flipper tab on this one would be making it hard to actually open the knife. But anyway, so detent, a little bit different. I'm not mad at it for having a lighter detent. It doesn't normally fail too much. I mean, especially with the flipper. And clearly that opening here isn't made as much for the middle finger flick as this one is. This one's really easy to access and get out there. But still, anyway, there you go. I'm building that collection, and it's been a busy week. Even though I didn't do much in the way of videos, I still was buying knives, watching videos, commenting on videos, all that kind of fun stuff. But I'm back. I'm doing some catching up on some of these knives that have come in. Got one more to show you coming up. Hopefully I'll get to that sometime later this week. And then hopefully I'll slow down because I just bought my ticket for Blade Show West that's coming up in Utah in October. I think it's the 13th and 14th of October in Utah, Salt Lake City. That's where it was last year. Very cool location for a Blade Show. Smaller than Atlanta. In some ways, I was telling Billy from Apex Alchemy, in some ways that's like kind of a relief, but it's not quite as humongous. That Atlanta Blade Show can be a little overwhelming, amazing, but overwhelming. So I'm excited about that, but now I got to start thinking about saving up some money because I know I'm going to spend some when I'm there. So we'll see how it goes. But got one more knife coming up later on, either this week or next week. Maybe I'll save it for next week. Also, wanted to tell you about, I put out a video about Scab's raffle for D-Bad, for Donnie B All Day. That's coming up. So this week you can get in on that raffle, $5 a ticket. Look for the link in my video that I put out a couple before this to Scab's video, where you can find out about all the details about how to get in on that. Also, Knife Rights is doing a raffle as well. So there's another fundraiser that's for a good cause. Those guys are really working hard. When I talked to them at Blade Show in Atlanta, I actually donated for that raffle. So I'm a member, so I get all the emails, and they said I think it's 3 days left is what the email from today was, that you can get on that raffle. And they always have great donors. You can get in on possibly winning something. There's probably going to be a lot of people in on that one, but it's a good cause. So even if you don't win, it's good. But man, they got some great stuff. And then Nick over at Behind the Edge, he's been running a giveaway. He posted it out last week. Don't know when he's going to actually do the results. It may be too late. I don't know, because I know he usually runs them for about a week. But you can always check that out. He's a great channel. He's always doing good giveaways, so he's another one. Billy's doing a live today, Apex Alchemy. So if right now it's going to be, well, it's Saturday right now, and this one's going to come out after that happens. So maybe I'll try to put this video out first, so you might get a chance to see his live today at 10:30, but it's probably going to be too late for that. But anyway, he's going to be doing a giveaway at his live. Lots of great things going on in the community, lots of fun. Sorry I'm a rambler, but that's the way I am. I get a lot of positive feedback, and I love those comments, so keep them coming. You guys take care, and I will talk to you soon.